Hello, I'm Jane Clark, one of the Rex Stone team, and our World Book Day book is On the Trail of a T-Rex. It's a standalone Dinosaur Club series book. And the author name on it is Rex Stone, which is an exciting name made up by the team. There's a whole load of people behind this book making up the great stories, and I'm just the writer of this one, which is why I've got the t-shirt. In my own name, I've written loads of books. You can see quite a few of them up there. They all involve wildlife in some way, and that's why it's been such a huge pleasure to be part of the team working on the Dinosaur Club books. There's quite a few of them out, and we hope you'll enjoy discovering them too, and that you'll find your favourite dinosaur in them. My top tip for enjoying reading is be comfortable and relaxed. Snuggle up, put on your slippers, put your feet up, get a cup of tea if you're me, and just enjoy the peace and quiet of reading your book. I read pretty much anywhere. At home I read real books. If I'm travelling, I take my e-reader because it's much easier than carrying a lot of books around with me. Now, I like to read in the bath at home, but don't take an e-reader in the bath. And I also think don't take library books because I've had a bad experience with that. They never dry out once they've been dropped in the bath. But at home, anywhere that's comfortable will do. I like to snuggle up and get a cup of tea and just make myself comfortable and read my book. Now, I read loads of detective mystery stories like this one. This is the one I'm on at the moment. But this year I'm going to read more cartoons, and I especially like the Far Side cartoon by Gary Larson. Now here's a good one. This is Larson's cartoon with a caveman giving a lecture to other cavemen and pointing out the 4 spikes on the end of a stegosaurus tail, and he says, now this end is called the Thagomizer after the late Thag Simmons, which means that Thag got squished by it, and that word is now used by people when they talk about those spikes on the end of a dinosaur tail. And I was given for my birthday all of the Far Side cartoons, so it's going to take me a while to get through them. I love this book for its inspiration. It's called You Never Saw Us by Professor Potts, Aidan Potts. And in it there are some fantastic ideas to give your dinosaurs colours and shadings and markings, different perspectives looking out of dinosaur mouths, some silly ideas. Wow, that looks very different if you're about to be trodden on by one of the big sauropods. So thank you, Professor Potts, for the inspiration. I love reading to my granddaughters and making them giggle, and I love a rhyme, and this book did all of that. It's called Oi Frog, and it's by Kes Gray, illustrated by Jim Field. And in it, a very bossy cat tells all the animals where they should sit according to where they rhyme. So gophers will sit on sofas and so on. So the frog though isn't always up for this. Oi frog, sit on a log, said the cat. But I don't want to sit on a log, said the frog. Logs are all knobbly and uncomfortable and they can give you splinters in the bottom. I don't care, said the cat. You're a frog, so you must sit on the log. Thank you for the laughs, it's great fun. Now, I love jokes, and so do my granddaughters, and our current favourite book for reading jokes out to each other is Silly Jokes for Funny Kids. And I think jokes are a bit underestimated as a way of getting into reading, because actually some of them are so quite sophisticated, like, why can't you trust an atom? They make up everything. Well, not all of them are quite sophisticated. This is our favourite one at the moment. What do you call a huge pile of cats? A mountain! Now, I like to read a poem occasionally. If I haven't got time to sit down and read a book, I'll pick up a poetry book. I've got quite a collection of them, and I'll just read one poem and put it down and think about the poem. And this is one I've really enjoyed recently. It's an RSPB anthology of wildlife poems, and it's all chosen by Celia Warren, and just a little poem can give you an entirely different perspective on things, because this is a worm's eye view of the FA Cup final. "That's funny," said the worm as it went under Wembley. "I wonder why the ground's so loud and trembly." And that's by Tony Mitten. Now, my granddaughter Angelina had real trouble learning to read. She found it very, very hard, and the whole thing was a bit of a pain. But the first book that she really wanted to read for herself, and which got her into reading for pleasure, was the first book of the Dog Man series. This isn't the first book because she's got it. This is the third book, Dog Man, A Tale of Two Kitties, by Dav Pilkey. And Dog Man's a superhero who wants to save the world, part dog, part man, and complete nice guy, superhero, loads of pictures, a few words. Thank you for getting Angelina into reading.